Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of CookieCast. Today on CookieCast, it's the Formula One podcast, straight to the apex. Season's coming to a close, but it's also heating up, by what I'm told. It's getting a little bit tense at the back. Oof. Join the guys talking Formula One, talking races gone, races to come, predicting what we think's going to happen, and everything you could possibly want in between. Before we get started, please do consider like, share, subscribe and comment. Leave a review where you can leave a review. Share that podcast around, people. You must know someone that likes the Formula One, and if you do, send this podcast to them. They will love it. Right, let's get started. Here we go. This is CookieCast, straight to the apex.
Hiya, it's me. I am actually stumped. I am actually genuinely lost for words. The guy that can normally just come on here and say absolutely fucking anything, and I just go, yeah. It's like that scene out of Wayne's World when Wayne actually leaves the room and Garth's just like sat on the couch and the cameras are facing him. And he starts panicking and he's moving around with, I'm having a good time. No doubt if Tony was here, he'd actually turn around and say, never seen Wayne's World. And me and Mark are massively disappointed and probably visualise punching him in the throat for saying it.
Absolutely. And I mean, I've visualised myself doing that on countless occasions with Tony. He knows why. But yeah, he wouldn't have got the reference.
No. And as you can tell, Tony's not here. But you guys who's listening also know, yeah, he's probably never seen Wayne's World or even know who Wayne's World is. No. And if we could make this entire episode with nothing but references to Wayne's World, and he won't get a single one of them.
Sat there clueless. Which he normally is, to be fair. Hi, Tony. You know, too busy for us now. Ooh, new job. Ooh, too busy for podcast. Ooh.
He'll be having his 5-minute rests between reps and stuff like that, won't he?
Oh, yeah.
Like, 1! Okay, 5 minutes.
Yeah. On his phone, hogging the equipment, dicking about, and the guy's like, excuse me, mate, are you using that? Yeah, I'm on this, yeah. Oh, TikTok.
He's trying to develop that kind of broccoli hairstyle as well.
I bet he wears sandals in the gym. I bet he's that guy.
Oh, mate, you know what? What was it? I think it was yesterday when I was in the gym. There was a guy in there doing his workout and stuff like that. Fairly old. Well, not fairly old. Older than me. Easy in his 50s. I was like, you know what? Good on you, mate. And then I noticed the guy was wearing Crocs.
Oh, no.
Who comes to the gym in Crocs?
Oh, I mean, let's be honest. Tony's probably gone to the gym in them hideous Yeezys he's got, which is worse than Crocs.
I don't know if I've ever said it before. They remind me of a cross between Crocs and the ship out of Flight of the Navigator.
Wow.
Another late 80s, early 90s classic, which Tony's probably never fucking seen or heard of.
Not a chance. Not a chance.
Anyway, this is episode number 23 of Straight to the Apex. We're not doing driver's seats this week. Mark listened to last week's and kind of said, I kind of like what you and Tony did, which was mainly just ripping to Mark, touching himself while watching Japanese bullet trains. And
yep. I wasn't doing that. I was on the bullet train. I didn't touch myself, I don't think. I'm still jet lagged. Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. I can't remember.
Are you allowed to go back?
I hope so. I've not had a letter from the Japanese government saying I'm not allowed in the country again. So yeah, and that it is a country we will be going back to because
was it good?
It was amazing, like absolute out of this world, breathtaking, amazing. Can't say enough good things. People at work are probably sick of me. Oh, do you know I went to Japan? Oh, well, do you want to see some photos? It just unbelievable. Everything about it. I mean, we fit a lot in. We did temples. I touched myself to trains. We did Disney. We did Universal. We did Harry Potter Studio as well that was out there, which is miles better than the one in London. So that blows my chance of us getting sponsored by Harry Potter Studios London. We did lots and lots and lots of things, and it was fantastic.
We did like Hiroshima, Nagasaki.
We didn't do Hiroshima. We didn't do Nagasaki. We said we'd do Hiroshima if we went again, but we did the Red Gate. We did the 1,000 Red Gates up the hill. You've probably seen that. We saw the Shibuya crossing, the famous crossing where they all come from angles. You've seen it on films. You'll have seen it. It's a famous crossing. No, we did a hell of a lot. And if you're thinking of going to Japan, go. Sponsored by Japan. Even the toilets are amazing. Literally, the smart toilets, they've got heated seats, they've got bum washers, lady part washers, they've got dryers. They'll play, if you're in a public toilet, they'll play some music so people can't hear the plop. It's just amazing. Absolutely amazing.
I love how you go to Japan. Another massive country, full of history, full of culture and all that kind of stuff. And you talk about the toilets.
I can't not. Even in the train station, they were so clean you could eat your dinner off them. And I Googled how much said toilets are because I thought, I want one. They're £1,000 for a toilet. I don't want one anymore because we've got free toilets in this house.
Well, hang on. No, we will talk F1 in a minute. Let's do some math.
Okay.
So average man, what? I don't know, 10, 15 minutes a day?
Yeah.
Let's call it 10 minutes. I ain't getting a calculator, that's too far. So that is 70 minutes a week. Times that by 52, 700. It's around about 40. It's probably the same as the poo math that you do for work.
Yeah.
You spend 50 minutes sitting on the toilet 5 days a week, blah, blah, blah. By the end of the year, you've earned a week's wages pooping. So you're spending a working week on that toilet. I don't know. Yeah. I don't think it's that bad.
No, to be fair. And you'll probably spend longer on it when it's heated and it's got a dryer and it's got a washer and it plays music. And so, yeah, maybe it's worth the money.
Oh, yeah, get a bit of Bluetooth on there so you can listen to your TikTok doom scroll and your surround sound on the porcelain throne.
If Toto, the makers of these toilets, are listening, we are open to sponsorship, and James would like one installed in his house just to get the experience of what a good toilet is.
The three of us start, first of all, next week's episode is being recorded in the toilet on the new throne, and I will be including an affiliate link in the bio.
There we go. I was going to say fill this gap. That's the wrong words I really want to use. But come on, come in to sponsor us. But yeah, apart from the toilets, the country was amazing. We saw Mount Fuji. Yeah, it was ace. Really, really good. Definitely recommend it.
Yeah, I've got to go. But yeah, episode 23, straight to the apex. I'm kind of driving, so's Mark. We're taking it in turns. We're going to keep passing the wheel to and fro. Tony's not here because he's just trying to make himself look pretty. He is in the gym. He is skipping leg day. Tony for you.
Yeah.
He might not be at the gym yet. In fact, he might still be late. Who knows?
He probably hasn't made it yet. But he assures us he'll be back next week for the second to last. We'll have a couple of podcasts left. So, yeah, he said he'll be back next week.
I mean, either way, he is coming back for one of the more interesting episodes, I would think.
Yes. I mean, obviously, you guys covered Brazil, a lot happened. Vegas, not a lot happened, but it kind of did in the sense that there was controversy. There was rain in Vegas. I mean, when has there been heavy rain?
A lot of rain in Vegas.
A lot of rain. So yeah, there was some other bits. What I will ask you before we kind of get going is, what did you think to the Mickey Mouse thing in front of the Bellagio fountains at the end? Did you see it?
No.
Didn't you see it? Right. So when they did the podium, obviously they didn't do the podium. The drivers were stood in front of the Bellagio fountains, and then it panned to Mickey Mouse. Like it was a bit like Fantasia. So it was literally orchestrating the fountains to music, and then it played the F1 theme. And Katie had said to me about this Disney link, and I don't get this Disney and F1 link. Like, what? Where does it come from? Because even the Sphere had all Mickey Mouse heads on, and etc. etc. Are they bringing something out in the Disney parks with F1 in America? It's just come out of left field a bit. But you haven't seen it. You need to watch it. You do need to.
No, maybe Disney's sitting there thinking, you know what, guys, we've ruined quite a lot of our original films. We've ruined Star Wars. What else can we ruin now?
F1. F1.
Yeah.
Have you seen them breaking news today?
I was just about to ask you the exact same question. And when I read it, I'm like, I've got to get this before Mark. Mark always gets the fucking breaking news.
Sorry.
Is it about the budget?
You what, sorry?
Is it about the budget?
Yes, obviously it's about the red briefcase. What other news could there be today? I am sick of hearing about the fucking budget at work today. People two penneths in. And let's be honest, we ain't ever going to come out good of it, are we? We're not going to come out and go, I'm £500 richer a week. No. I wrote all my notes about this news, and then all of a sudden it was breaking news. And I was like, oh, fucking hell, I've just undone everything. Go for it, James.
It was only... Mate, I'm going to piss if my news is different to yours.
Yeah, we'll build this up and then you say something.
Yeah. I say it, you're like, what? No, I'm on about Spice Girls reunion.
Obviously.
Jerry's divorced. No, it was announced 2 hours ago, well, about a couple of hours ago now, that Adrian Newey will be the team principal for Aston Martin.
That's not my news.
Fuck off.
It is.
Oh.
It is. That is my news, yeah. I had wrote, literally, it was like, it had said, Christian Horner is in the running to replace Andy Cowell, who is under mounting pressure as CEO and team principal at Aston Martin. Literally, I'd read that yesterday, I wrote it down, and then I saw on Sky Sports News, breaking news, I was like, what the fuck? So yeah, Adrian Newey, team principal for 2026, and Cowell will take up a new role as chief strategy officer. Obviously, Cowell was the engine guru at Mercedes for years. Obviously, when we first went to this hybrid engine, Adrian Newey has never been a team principal before.
Oh,
something's gone on there.
It's a weird. I don't get it. I mean, Adrian Newey doesn't come across to me as team. He never speaks. I don't think I've ever heard him speak.
I couldn't tell you what it sounded like.
No.
If you did 10 people in a lineup that they talked and you couldn't see the faces, I'd be like, yeah, I don't know which one Adrian Newey is.
No, and that's you see him all the time. You know, Brundle's doing his grid walk or something, and at some point, like the hood is, you'll see Newey, and he's stood on the grid, and he's got his baseball cap on, he's got his earpiece in, and he's got his little notepad, and he's looking at the cars and making. But he never says anything. His face never says it. He's just full on poker face all the time. And now this guy's going to be on the radio.
Mm.
I don't know.
I don't feel like he's ever gone into a team and said, I want to be team principal. He's the geek behind the scenes, designing, like you say, with a sketch pad and looking at other things. He's going to have to take up a lot of roles that he's probably never wanted to do or never thought about doing at a not so young age now. And like you say,
Yeah.
you look at all the team principals that are currently in F1, Toto, Fred Vasseur, Zach Brown, Andres Stella. You've got every team. They're all outgoing. They're all confident people. Adrian Newey isn't that. He's a shy geek.
You think of someone on the radio, and I can guarantee, if I was just to say to you, think of a team principal on the radio, straight away you would just go Horner.
Yeah.
And it would be either at Silverstone saying, "Come on, you've got to look at that. That was a 52G crash," or at Abu Dhabi a couple of years ago, going, "Mickey, come on, we've got to look at the rules. We should just let them race." You hear all of that. Total Wolf going, "No, Mickey, no." They're all shouting. They're all, like you said, they're all forward. They're all very vocal. Apart from James Vowles.
Well, yeah.
But I think they just keep his radio off just to keep the viewers on. But Newey I can't. It's going to be an interesting one. I don't know.
You've made a good point, actually. I forgot about James Vowles because he's a bit of a nerd. But he's always had a role. Like if you look at McLaren and Mercedes, he was like chief strategist, wasn't he? So he's always been comfortable on the radio, even though he's a bit of a geek. Adrian Newey's
He's
never been
a kind of chess player nerd.
Yeah.
He's always 3-4 moves ahead. But like you said, he was a strategist. Newey's not. Newey's more. He's an engineer.
He's never been vocal on the radio. Like when Christian's there with his headset on, I think Adrian's never spoken to it. He's probably just talking to his engineering team. I can't imagine him doing an interview with Martin on the grid. I can't imagine him doing the team principal press conferences. He's not that outgoing person because all he wants to do is sit with his drawing board and sketch wings and fins and outlets and exhaust manifolds, and I can't see it lasting. And I don't know if this is Lawrence Stroll just being Lawrence Stroll and all of a sudden saying, right, there's the keys, mate.
I was going to say, do you think he might be just a bit of a puppet here?
Yeah.
And this is Lawrence's way of... I don't know, taking the role himself, but behind the scenes, it felt like the Wizard in Oz.
Yeah, doesn't like someone else doing it. Maybe Lance has had a bit of a moan and saying, "No, Dad, they're doing it this way and doing it that way," and Lawrence has said, "Right, I've run businesses, I'm going to run it, but I don't want to be that owner, like you said, that then controls everything." Like Christian Horner, because he was part owner of Red Bull, he had shares in it. He made every decision, and maybe Lawrence thought, "Do you know what? I'm sick of letting someone else do it." And let's be honest, that team has gone nowhere. For all that Tony bought into the hype of this new wind tunnel and new factory, and he bought the gear and he was the biggest fan. They've got Alonso. I thought they'd be going up the grid by now, and they haven't. So maybe, like actually, that's a really good point. Maybe it is Lawrence running it, just that he didn't want that title because he didn't want to be seen as that, dictator and it's my way and I'll control every aspect of that team. So yeah, maybe that's a good way of putting Adrian in as like the public face of the team. But interesting. Like I say, they need to start making strides, don't they?
Oh, they've got to do something. I mean, but we've been saying for years, there's one thing that they have to do, and it's get rid of someone.
Yeah.
And is it ever going to happen?
No.
Probably not. If it was, they'd have done it by now, or at least you'd like to think they would have. But
Yeah.
I don't know.
Is it?
I mean, let's face it. Tony asked ChatGPT, and that came up with like 12 reasons why he's such a good driver, even though we only asked for 10.
Yeah.
And what was annoying was a lot of them was quite valid. Like he's really good in wet, and we're like, yeah, maybe. Oh, I have got some more breaking news.
Oh,
The wet tyres have finally been used in 2025's Formula One season.
wow. Wow. Welcome to the championship wet weather tyres. It's been a long time.
It's so annoying because all year I've been able to say, if you think you're useless, think of the wet tyres. Can't say it no more.
No, but I did like one of the comments, I think, because it was the Aston Martins that come out on full wet, and they come out, and then straight away, one of them went, well, I can't see. So your statement stands. They're the most fucking useless things ever. But yeah, Aston Martin, 2026, new rules, new regulations, new team principle. It's going to be an interesting one. Tony may come out of the closet again and be ultimate Aston Martin fan.
What? Because of the manual override and
Yeah.
I can't see it. In all honesty,
no. What I was going to say as well is listening to you guys last week. All podcasts I was thinking, they haven't mentioned the Ferrari boss yet. They haven't mentioned the Ferrari boss. They haven't mentioned it. And then all of a sudden at the end, it was like, bam, Ferrari boss. Let's talk about it. Fred Vasseur has come out and basically said that Lewis needs to just chill and calm down. Again, this weekend, he was coming out with some comments. He's not looking forward to the rest of this season. He's not looking forward to next season. It's all unraveling a little bit at Ferrari. And I mean, the Ferrari boss's comments were odd, but then Leclerc was like, oh, we talked, and he didn't actually mean that. But so why did he say it then? Yeah, he meant it as a passionate, like, rally cry. But the guy was saying, oh, the engineers are doing a good job. It's the two drivers that need to shut up and drive. Well, hang on. Give them a car that they can drive then.
Maybe the engineer should be sitting down and listening to the drivers. Rather than, because that's the issue that Ferrari seems to have. They'll build a car but won't listen to the people that are going to use it.
No, because the Ferrari.
And you've got a 7-time world champion there, and you've got Charles Leclerc, who, let's fit, he shows a lot of promise. I know we often say he's got a crash in him, but
he's a talented driver. Yeah,
better and better every year. They're the ones in the driver's seat every other week, driving around for collectively about 7 hours over the weekend.
Yeah,
maybe more. Then there's all the tests before season and everything else like that. They're the ones who know what needs to be tweaked in the car. Even when they're driving around, they can be like, "Yeah, you just get that front tail thing. Maybe just turn it up 3 degrees, stuff like that." So why not just sit down with them and go, right, what do you need?
Yeah.
What do you need from us to make that car better?
But it's almost like they're at work, they've got a Ferrari badge on, their little overalls, and it's like, we know best, you know nothing. And it hasn't been working for them. So, yeah, it's interesting. But obviously that leads me on to quali and the Ferrari with Lewis. Now, he was in the car and to be fair, Anthony Davidson did a fantastic overview of where it went wrong, because there's the timing line, the lights, and the start-finish line is different to the timing line. So Lewis passed the timing line when it was green, but he got to the start-finish when it was red. So he immediately was like, oh, I haven't made it. His engineer didn't really communicate that no, you are going to make it, Lewis. No, you have made it. Keep pushing. But I think within that second, Lewis then backed off, and it wouldn't have improved anyway. But his engineer is not helping him out at all.
I was just about to say, how often this year has the engineer, in fact, I think even last season as well, when the engineer just hasn't got on the radio in time for Lewis.
No.
or he's gone on the radio and told him the wrong bloody thing.
Yeah.
There's a lot of work to do there.
There is.
I don't get it because, like I said, he's a 7-time world champion. If you are going to spend the kind of money it takes to get a 7-time world champion in your car, get your fucking money's worth.
On a free.
When I get that next week, with the ball scrubber and the Dyson air blower to dry it all off afterwards and stuff like that, I'm going to get my money's worth. I'm going to sit in there for an hour.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just, it's so odd, and it's like that. I mean, Lewis it's kind of come out the last couple of weeks that it's a 3-year deal he's on when everyone thought it was a 1 or a 2. But I can see him walking away because it must be like he's banging his head against a brick wall and saying, these guys are just not listening.
If it wasn't Lewis Hamilton and it was coming to the end of his contract, he wouldn't be getting a drive next year.
No.
Just based on his performance and stuff like that.
So,
I mean, last year it was like, he's got to get used to the car and stuff like that, but it's got worse.
Yeah.
It should be going the opposite way. It should be getting better and better and, getting a couple more podiums and stuff like that. Maybe getting that odd win.
But he even commented, didn't he, and said, the more I try, the worse it gets. And he said, I'm trying everything. But he said, the more I try, the worse it is.
Yeah, it's just...
So, have you got anything else from Quali?
Trying to think now. Not really. It was pretty much just a cut and paste. I mean, it was interesting in the way of, the fact Q1 it was wets, and then it was looking to dry up. So we knew it was that kind of, you've got to get through Q1 and Q2. And likelihood is with Q3, you're going to have to go out quick, smash in a lap, because if the weather changes and everyone goes back on wets, obviously it never did. It was interesting just to see how slow. I mean, Leclerc, Max all going off in the runoff. That one corner, I can't remember which one it is, where they're going ridiculously slow.
Yeah.
And it was just the lack of grip that they had. But no, other than that, not really much more from Quali.
No, so Norris was pole, Max second, Sainz third. Really good performance from Sainz. Russell, Piastri, Lawson, Alonso, Hadjar, Leclerc, Gasly, as we discussed. Hamilton for the first time in his career, 20th and last.
Yeah.
Yeah, not great. So, I mean, we've got 8 minutes left of this bit. Should we go straight into the race, or should we take a break here and then literally come straight back and just blitz the race?
Let's do that. Let's take the break there. Blitz the race. Predictions, all good.
I'm a celeb time. Boom. Nice. Right. See you in a sec.
Hey, you. Yeah, you that's listening right now. Thanks very much for tuning into this episode of Straight to the Apex, the Formula One podcast from CookieCast. If you're enjoying this episode, why not like, share and subscribe? Whilst you're there, feel free to check out some of the other podcasts that CookieCast has to offer. If you like football, we've got a football podcast. NFL more your thing? Then the Laces Out podcast is for you. Maybe even a little bit of the wrestling. Just look for the Getting Over podcast on CookieCast. Maybe you want to listen to Andy's Darkest Timeline. It's there too. So, the F1 boys have probably got themselves a drink. It's time to get back to the action.
Go.
And we are back. I don't think we said it in the beginning, so we'll say it now, so that we don't get fired. If we can be fired.
Possibly.
Let's find out. Big shout out to Andy and the guys from CookieCast as always. Leave a like, subscribe. Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks,
Well, not
Andy.
fired.
Thanks, Andy, for putting up with Tony sending you the podcast about 17 hours. Well, no, actually, it was more than 17 hours. Nearly a week late, but you still got it on there, got it sorted.
What day did we highlight? Have you done it yet? I'm going. I mean, there's my awkward picture of George Russell doing stuff to Oscar Piastri. Saturday.
Nice.
Yeah. So luckily he got it in there before the race started, so our predictions was valid. Not that it really made much difference.
No.
But
Andy, let us know. We reminded Tony on Saturday. When did he send you it?
ooh, yeah, good one.
I'm going to guess. Right, I'm going to guess here. Monday night. In fact, I'm going to write that down because I heard Tony's idea.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, right, let's do this. So, Andy, when you do your little intro and outro thing, in the outro, that's when you can announce when you was made aware that last week's episode was ready to be put up.
Yeah.
Me and Mark will put a guess in, and whoever was closest gets a point.
Well, I think so because what I was just going to say, I heard the podcast. I listened to Tony give it the big I am that because I've missed a podcast, I should lose 5 points. Who's not here tonight? Let's have a look, shall we?
I think I also said something about losing all your points for touching yourself watching trains, didn't I?
You did. So I am, let me just top. So 12 days in Japan. How many points am I on currently? 40. I'm minus 72. That's how many times I've touched myself to trains. That was a joke.
How can you see?
Stamina. Massive.
Stamina. Oh, jeez.
And you can't see my right arm now. It's currently massive.
Stamina and quite a lot of balls of Lucozade.
So, Tony, just, how did that comment age? Not very well, was it? Oh, Mark can't even be asked when he's in Japan to be on the podcast. You're too busy at work, apparently. You're probably asleep. He's probably asleep.
Oh, yeah, I'm going with asleep. Surrounded by, like, chicken McNuggets. Like that scene in American Beauty where she's laid there in the rose petals and there's rose petals all falling towards her. That's Tony, but it's chicken nuggets.
And protein shakes.
He's laying there and there's chicken nugs just falling slowly. Pouring KFC gravy all over him.
Oh, fresh from Ash getting his hair cut.
I'll give you a bonus bucket.
Oh, Tony.
We were so sensible in that first part, and then as soon as we just start talking about Tony, that's it. Let's rip him a new one.
Yeah, that's it.
You know what, mate? We gave you an hard time last week. It's only fair we do the same for Tony.
Exactly.
I'm fucking not here.
No, it's just Tony on his best behaviour because he's nervous. It's just me and him. That's all.
Yeah, because I start sending messages going, guys, you need to read this.
I can't believe he bottled your message, and I also can't believe he didn't know what it meant.
I was so proud of you, though, when you just went, I'll tell you what, Tony, I'll take the reins here.
I could see, like you said last week on the podcast, he hadn't read it before, so you could see his brain and his eyes going, blah, 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 blah. And then it stopped and he went, I can't say that. I can't say that. I was like, I'll do it. I'll take one for the team. Don't you worry.
Hold my beer, mate. I've got this.
Yeah, exactly. Us managers stick together. Who's sacking us? Please don't sack
me. Get your fucking hands dirty.
Exactly.
No, proud of you there, mate.
Yeah, thank you very much. I thought, what would James do in this situation? Not even fucking flinch or hesitate. He'll just read it out. So go for it. So the race. So as we discussed, wasn't the most exciting race. You made a comment about some points, so let's you bring the points up and let's talk about it.
The points.
The points. There was first off the line.
Oh, okay, yeah. So start and finish.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Pretty much straightforward race. It did seem exciting to begin with. For the first couple of laps, overtaking here, overtaking there, people closing in. Lewis made a really good start.
He did really good start.
Starting 20th and managed to get into points in that car. But then after, 7 laps, it just all stopped. Nothing really went on after that. It was just meh. Still not the worst race we've had at Vegas. The first one was just, let's not even go there. And we was all like, do we want to go there again? But there's improvements. But yeah, right away, start of the race, Lando's on pole, Max is second. Max pulls off ever so slightly quicker. Lando makes a lunge. Now, great defensive move. Nothing wrong with the move or anything else like that. The only thing that was wrong with it was Max that he was making that move with. I would say if he made that move at any other driver on that grid, he'd have done that.
Oh, definitely.
The thing is, it's Max. And Max don't give a fuck.
No.
He don't back off. Any other driver would be like, yeah, all right, it's yours. I'm not risking that. And I actually thought Max would as well, because it's that kind of, he's still in this, but well, it's Max. He don't give a fuck.
He got such a good start on Norris, and when Norris went hurtling over, I thought exactly what you've just said. I was like, anyone else, they'd bottle it. Max just planted his foot, and there was only going to be one loser in that, because Max outbreaks everybody. Let's be honest, and that's why Norris went hurtling off the track, because Max was just like, "Well, I'm not braking."
No.
And then Norris was like, "Oh, I'll brake." Oh shit, too late.
But no, it was a great move, just the wrong driver to do it with. And what was worse was, at first when he did it, I felt like it was last year whenever Norris had a pole, because every time Norris had a pole last year, he blew it by doing a stunt like that. The amount of times he dove across, and it's like, mate, just forget who's next to you. You do you. Just go. Make your turn, get your line. You've got 50 odd laps to worry about that. Don't try and win it on the first corner.
Mm.
And then he did that again. And at first, like, you know what, he's pulled it off, he's done it. But then he just went wide on the turn, and
even Russell got him
wrong. He went from first to third, managed to get second back, but yeah,
just silly, really. He should have played the long game, like you say. But it was typical Norris. Quali, he was so dominant, and like you say, it's just like a rush of blood to the head. And he was like, you just can't do that to Max. You can. And
any other driver, Piastri, Antonelli, Russell, any of them, he would have probably pulled that off and had a stormer. But it's not just the fact that it's Max, but it's Max with not a new power unit anymore, but still a fairly fresh power unit.
Yeah, that was weird, wasn't it? Because McLaren wanted that clarifying, the rebuilt the power unit.
I don't think anyone's actually. Some of it will have been discussed behind the scenes there. They'll all know, but I don't think anything actually went out to the public. It's like, yeah, it's going on this.
Yeah.
So,
They kind of retuned it and rebuilt it without taking a penalty and without replacing any parts. So, Max still wasn't really happy with the car. Other drivers, Russell had some problem with the steering that kept cropping up. Like I say, the Ferrari was glazing its brakes, so basically there wasn't working. But yeah, Red Bull I think we've said it in the previous weeks, Red Bull have just seemed to get the shit together, and that car is back to being amazing.
Pretty much, yeah. It's doing well, but let's not take any credit away from Max either. But
No. Oh God, no.
Just
no, there was a
yeah. Sorry, mate, go on.
No, I was going to say I was going to say, like, say Max is he's driving the ass off that car. So
Yeah.
and we've said this, he's a talented guy. We don't like him a lot of the times, but his talent is his talent. So
But
he's
the thing is, even though we're saying that power unit's doing well, at the same time, he wasn't really shaking anyone off.
no,
I mean, he only built that gap of 4 seconds against Russell because Russell was having issues with his steering.
yeah,
And then Lando managed to get past Russell. And then obviously it was on the radio. He's like, what am I doing? Am I just racing for me? Am I racing for this? And they just went, no, we think you can get Max, go for it.
Mm.
And it winds me up because some idiot went on Facebook and went, oh, this is why Max is the GOAT, and showed 2 screenshots, which always pisses me off anyway because screenshots don't show you fuck all.
No.
The first screenshot was Max being told on the radio, Lando's coming to get you, and you could see 4-second gap. And then they went to the end of the race when Max had just gone over the finish line. It says 22-second gap. And I'm like, are you going to go back and go over the part where the reason there was a 22-second gap is because Lando was running out of fuel and he had to nurse his car home?
Yeah. As context, yeah, all right, it went to 20 seconds, but like you say, Russell was then catching Norris because Norris was nursing his car home. The Mercedes isn't that quick. So when you say that, oh, Max is the GOAT and he pulled away, no, because Norris was falling in. If that had been 5 more laps, Russell would have got second. So,
yeah, I don't even think it'd be. I mean, 2 at the most.
Yeah,
2 more laps
probably.
at the most.
Yeah,
he'd have had it. But yeah, for those of you who haven't watched the race and you're listening to this, probably some point next week because Tony uploads things late. Yeah, there was some issues. Lando was closing the gap a little bit, and then all of a sudden it just started dropping off. And there was nothing on the radio to say why, and everyone's like, something's going on. And then it became apparent that they didn't have enough fuel. Now, we all know that all the drivers never put enough fuel in because they're expecting safety cars and stuff like that, and they want to keep the car as light as they can. But yeah, that car was a little bit too light.
Especially when it had a few VSCs as well. I know they want a full safety car, but there's quite a few VSCs. I mean, Lawson hit Piastri. That brought a VSC out. I think I've got Bartoletto hit Stroll.
Mm-hmm.
He got a 5-second penalty for that. Albon hit Lewis. He got a 5-second penalty, and there was like wings and all sorts of bits all over. He had no radio either, so he had to go in the pits and point where was damage. Like his mechanics couldn't see. That bit. So there was quite a few VSCs, and that, like you say, they underfuel the cars, yet they were still scraping by. Antonelli's 5-second penalty for a jump start or a false start. Was it?
They're normally a slam dunk, but that one's debatable.
Well, was it Norris or Piastri who got away with one earlier in the season where they moved slightly forward, but it wasn't enough to trigger the sensor? I think it was Norris.
Possibly, yeah.
So, I mean, God, Anthony Davidson must have had to play that a billion times, and he had a little arrow on a tiny mark on the wheel, and it moved a millimetre, and they've pulled him up on it. I don't think he gained an advantage.
I mean, we're going to touch on it now anyway, but if we're going to start, I think the rules this weekend was followed a little bit too close to the book, if you ask me, because obviously, like we've already said, Norris managed to get second. So I watched the race. I then thought, right, I'm off to the gym. I get halfway through the gym. I only have 1 minute rest, so Tony, I don't go for the 2 or 3 hours in between, where I can probably watch it, one of the parts of Dune or something like that.
He won't know what that is. He won't know what that is.
No. I quickly went on Facebook for some reason, don't know why, and there it was, Sky News saying, "Oh, there's rumours that Piastri and Norris are under investigation for issues with the skid plank." So I was like, oh shit. Went onto the F1 Sports app, nothing on there. So I'm like, right, it's fine. I get home, it's then on the F1 app. I'm like, oh shit, okay, they are being investigated. And then 5 minutes later, I go on the app again, and it's like both disqualified. So both Lando Norris, Oscar Piastri, both disqualified. Now, the only reason I'm saying that I think they're stuck too close to the rules is, granted, rules are rules. The skid plank's there for a reason. It's got to have a certain amount of width, so it's a certain depth at the end of the race.
Yep.
And that has to be 9mm.
Yep.
Now, in the report, they say we use this tool, which is accurate to within 0.1 of a millimeter. So it can be off by 0.1 of a millimeter. I think, if I remember rightly, Norris's was 8.9. So 0.1 of a millimeter off.
Yep.
Piastri's was the same. I think he was about 8.93, something like that. Now, granted, it's under, but at the same time, surely when it's just that little bit under, shouldn't the question then come of, I mean, I don't know. I would like to think that they had 3 of the same tool and they measured every single tool just to make sure. Because if you're just using one and you're saying it can be inaccurate by 0.1 of a millimeter, how do you know that that wasn't an inaccurate one?
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, granted, I make a lot of jokes about Australians and controversials and, sticking tinfoil hats on and all this kind of stuff, going, oh, they're all against Piastri and British bias and all that kind of stuff. But it is very close. And I'm not just on about Lando either. I'm on about them both.
What I don't know whose. I think it might have been both. It was half the width of a human hair. That was the difference, that there was illegal technically. And like you said,
it was Lando's. The guy was saying he could lose the championship on half the width of a human. Yeah,
that's like you said. The rules are rules, but there is no performance gain for half the width of a human hair. There just isn't. Even 0.000000001 of a lap. There's no performance gain. Norris got caught out because they underfueled the car anyway. So really, it negated that performance gain. I think it went too far. And I know that Lewis got done, didn't he, earlier in the season? But they got disqualified. Ferrari,
it was double disqualification, wasn't it?
But they never actually announced how much theirs was out. Because if it had been 1 mil or 2 mil, then you say, right, you're out. Even with the calibration of the tool, you're still 0.9 out, which, come on, boys, you've got that wrong. But the fact that it's less than 0.1 of a mil out, that is absolutely outrageous. And
it's tight, isn't it?
And to me, I kind of get the impression, I've seen it on Twitter. People are saying this is like a championship being manipulated again.
Yeah, I've seen some similar posts saying that this is it 20? I keep forgetting. Was it 2020? Yes, it would be.
Yeah.
And technically it could, but let's face it, Norris has still got a 24-point lead.
Yes.
I would say the only thing that is guaranteed now is that Max has got second. So I don't think Piastri will do third. Sorry, I don't think he'll do better than third now.
His head's gone. His head's out of it.
He came out on the press conference last week and he made it abundantly clear that he's done.
It's funny because
it's a 4-point lead.
It's funny because he said he was done because he's heard this podcast in England of this guy just constantly berating him every week, and he said it's broke him. I mean,
I saw him say that, and then he said that he has to go suck off a dead kangaroo. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Piastri's out. His head's gone. I think that's it. He's give up. He's out. So yeah. It would
because Lando can still win it this weekend.
Well, it's a sprint race weekend as well.
I think all Lando has to do is outscore Max and Piastri by 2 points this weekend. That's it. Even if it did go all the way to next week, he can still finish second in everything comfortably.
Yeah.
But genuinely, if he can beat Max and Piastri by 2 points this weekend, that's it. He's got it. So I'm still a little bit comfortable, but I'm more Hull Kingston Rovers comfortable now. Where I'm kind of sitting there going, well, kind of got it, but until he's picked up that fucking trophy, I'm not going to know.
It's going to take a lot, like you said. There's 2 races left, one of them being a sprint weekend. It's going to take a lot for that. It's 24 points. So basically, it'd be like Norris not finishing in the points or finishing the race at all. That's highly, highly unlikely, isn't it, really?
I think someone put the math out and it was like Max wins a sprint and the race and next week's race. It was something stupid like they said, oh, Norris would have to only get 8 points in one of those races and that's it, he's done.
Yeah.
But I don't think Norris hasn't been in that position at all this season, apart from his DNFs. He's never been in that position where he's scored 8 points or less. No.
And if you're McLaren, you're going to triple check everything, and you're going to make sure that car is as fresh, even if they take a penalty and put a new engine in, to make sure that if there's any question mark on that engine, they'll be like, right, put a new one in. We'll take the grid penalty, put a new one in, because all he has to do is get in the points, like you said. So it's not worth the risk. So they're going to be triple, quadruple checking everything. So it's highly, highly unlikely he's going to have a DNF.
McLaren's sitting there currently with the Constructors' Championship done and a fucking massive chance of also having the Drivers' Championship. And to then sit there and think, we could have blown this just because we lowered our car a little bit too much. Yeah, they're going to be checking that car and triple checking it and everything else. That car will come out on fucking big wheels.
Oh, it will. Yeah, it will. Yeah, they won't care.
Monster truck wheels. Are we going to win? We're just going to drive over Max. It's fine. He did it to Lewis once. He got away with it.
To be fair, even if it did have monster truck wheels on, Max still won't back down, would he? He'd be like,
oh no, he'd still go for it. But do you think there'll be a conversation had between Lando and Piastri as well? Do you think McLaren are also going to go and say, right, look, I'm sorry guys, let's face it, Lando's the only one up for contention now. You two cannot race.
Yeah, even if they don't say it publicly, I think behind closed doors, they'll have said to Piastri, look, there's 24 points in it. If Norris gets in front of you by the first corner, you just follow him, and then you'll get second in the championship. You go for it again next season.
Follow him, and you do exactly what Perez did 5 years ago, and you keep Max off.
Yeah, absolutely. Even if Zach Brown's denying it, it's been said, the only thing that would lose Norris the championship if Piastri becomes a whiny little bitch and just takes him out. And I can't see that, because that would really damage his reputation beyond. Yeah, I
was going to say that would ruin his career.
Yeah, I can't see that. Unless, and like you said, his mindset is not in desperation phase, he's give up. If he was in that, right, I'm going to fight till the end like a Max, then he might dive bomb him and send it. He's give up.
Yeah, I think he knows the best thing for him to do now is what he keeps saying he's doing, which is do it for the team.
Yeah, be the team guy. Yeah.
Let's get Lando over.
Yeah. So anything else from the race?
No, that would be all, sir.
So Max won. Obviously, both of McLaren's got disqualified. So Max won. Russell second. Kimi Antonelli third. Good. Yeah. Looked good again. Leclerc fourth, Sainz fifth, Hadjar sixth, Hulkenberg seventh, Lewis up to 8th from 20th at Vegas. He might not say it, but a pretty damn good result, really, in that car. Ocon 9th, Behrman 10th. Do you want to go with predictions?
All right.
I've got Beth's, and we have
I've got
Tony's
Charlie's.
now.
There was a big surprise in Charlie's.
Is it? No. She
I think you figured out what the surprise, but we'll get to that. So, you had Norris, Max, Leclerc. None of them came through.
Nope.
So you started on 40, you finished with 40.
Yay.
I had Piastri, Norris, Max because I'm just screwing over the dead marsupial lover.
And it's wet.
Yep. So I started on 26, finished on 26. Tony had gone Max, Norris, Piastri after changing his mind 5 times, I think it was, on that podcast.
And also denying he'd picked.
I don't know if you can see that. Well, I just had to keep crossing it out. He's like, yeah, I'm going to go Norris. No, I'm going to go Max. No, I think I'm going to go Russell. No, for fuck's sake. So, yeah, he went Max, Norris, Piastri, getting 3 points from Max, taking him from 22 to 25. Charlie went Norris, Russell, Antonelli. Which, at the end of the race, she was probably sitting there going, I didn't get any points. But then, FIA kicked in, and then she gets 2 points for Russell, 1 point for Antonelli, taking her from 17 to 20. And Beth had gone Max, Norris, Leclerc, taking her from 31 to 34.
Wow. Hang on. What did Beth go again? Sorry.
Max, Norris, and Leclerc.
Max, Norris, and Leclerc. Yeah, I did like the fact that Tony was adamant he didn't pick the picks that he did, and you was like, "Well, you must have done." And then when you listen to the podcast live on the podcast, he was like, his heart sunk, and he was like, "Oh, I did say that. Oh shit."
I love that bit. Because even I was like, maybe I did mess up because I only did it quickly. Went to it, and then I was like, oh. Like, yeah, you messed up.
So, let's mix it up. Neither of us leading.
I was going to say, how did me and Tony? I think me and Tony did it. Well, we both did first, so we both did. Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that. I liked that. Out. Yeah. So you go first, Seth.
I mean,
your number one?
It'd be anyway. So my number one is Piastri.
Of course it is. Mine is Max Verstappen, as is Tony's.
My next one, as you will all know by now, is Norris.
As is mine. As is Tony's.
And then again, I mean, if you haven't been listening to the rest of this season's podcast, the hell you've been doing, because this has been my same prediction now for
quite a while.
I went Max third.
I went Russell, as did Tony.
The fuck? You didn't tell him what you predicted, did you? Oh, actually, no, I saw him pop up, yeah.
Yeah. No, I had written it down about 10 minutes before he sent it, and then I was like, I might change mine now. But I was like, no, I'm keeping it.
Yeah, keeping it.
Yeah.
It's not going to make any difference between you two.
To be fair, no, it's not. So, what have you got for Charlie?
What do you think I've got for Charlie?
Well,
Bear in mind, there's a surprise here.
I can't see it, so she's never ever. Oh no, she picked Max last week, didn't she? Did she pick?
No,
she didn't. No, I think she's picked Max second.
She has picked Max.
Yeah,
for the win.
What the fuck? What this?
I mean, first of all, she's picked him. I don't know if she's doing the same kind of tactic that I have of if I put him there, he's not going to get there.
I mean,
let's face Charlie's predictions as the guru of F1 are fucking shocking.
They are.
She can tell you every single driver that's won for the last 25 years in chronological order and get it fucking right. But she can't look at one season and think, well, this is the general traits of what's going on. This is what I think is going on.
I can't believe Tony's missed this momentous event that Charlie has actually picked Max Verstappen in a prediction. I'm glad I'm sat down because this is big news. So she's gone Max for the win. Has she gone
Max for
Norris
the win.
second?
Norris second.
And she's gone Kimi third.
Ooh, close. Russell.
Wow. Right, okay. Oh, well, that's fucked mine up because as we said, the guru never gets it right, and I've got Russell third, so thanks, Charlie. Beth's is Lando Max Leclerc. So when did you think Tony had sent his predictions to Andy? I've gone Monday night.
I am thinking Sunday morning.
Okay.
I'm trying to think when he goes to the gym. I'm talking like Sunday morning after the race, as in he's probably seen the race result and thought, oh, fuck, and that was what reminded him to finally do it.
Sunday
so I'm going to
morning.
say Sunday morning between 9:30 and 10 a.m.
So I'm going to say Monday night about 9 o'clock Monday night. Because you know what it's like. Andy, you always listen to the recording. You can message us. You can keep us in suspense and tell us. I think tell us on the outro or the intro. That'd be good. That'd be better.
Outro. It's got to go on the outro. Puts it on the intro. It ruins this for the listeners.
Right. So outro, Andy. Please, I know we should never ever demand stuff from our boss, but Andy, we want you to give the answer to our predictions for Tony in the outro, please. Please, Guru, please.
But you've got to do it as a video part, not just a recording, and you've got to be dressed up as Ace Ventura when he's in the mental asylum. Pink tutu, Doc Martens, the whole thing.
We may be asking too much there.
If not, we'll settle for a Japanese toilet.
Absolutely, yeah. You can send us one of them as a perk of the job. Right, wrap this bad boy up, James.
So yeah, that was episode 23, we think, of Straight to the Apex. I've been James, slightly less offensive than normal. That was the ever so adorable Mark, who I've only just noticed is really not wearing a hat for the first time ever.
I know. Weird.
Tony's not here. He's in the gym skipping leg day. But yeah, as always, leave a like, leave a subscribe, share it out with your neighbours, your window cleaners. Keep telling you, chase that jogger down on the other side of the street, pin him down, and force him to listen to it. You may get a restraining order, but we'll get another listener. So,
and he will thank you. He will thank you afterwards, I promise. After he's got over being abused and attacked, he will thank you. It's been a good one. Thank you, James. We have missed you, Tony. We've mentioned you a lot. You're still a slacker. But... and you're very professional in your new job, so we shouldn't take that away from you. But thanks, guys. Thanks for listening. Thank you, James, for joining me and me for joining James. We'll see you next time.
See you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
So, yo, what do you think of that? Another one done, another one gone. Not many left at this point. Oh, season's coming to a close. Big thank you for watching, big thank you for listening, big thank you for being here. Before you leave us, please do consider like, share, subscribe and comment. Leave reviews where you can leave reviews and check out the website, thecookiecast.com. There we have social media links and an email button, and that way you can get in touch with us. That is it for this one. Until next time, I'm going to say bye, and I'll see you then.
You've just listened to another episode of Cookie Cast. Thanks for listening.